I'm not really the biggest fan of horror movies. If there's any horror movie franchise I can get behind, it's Final Destination. There's no point in doing individual reviews for this series, as the general premise is more or less the same each time. The protagonist has a premonition of a disaster that's about to happen, and with that knowledge, manages to convince a small handful of people about the danger, allowing them to escape. However, by doing so, they have cheated death, and one by one, death comes to reclaim each of the survivors in a series of increasingly brutal and honestly ridiculous ways. Honestly, if there's any selling point for the Final Destination movies, it's the deaths and how increasingly elaborate they get as the series goes on. In the first two films, most of the deaths are fairly simple, like a guy getting decapitated by a piece of sheet metal, a dude getting flattened by a glass window, or this girl catching the bus.
You can just drop fucking dead.
But then, from the third film onwards, and even the second film to an extent, we start getting absolutely ridiculous death scenes that are more about spectacle than anything else. Like, holy shit, this is some of the most overly complicated, contrived bullshit I've ever seen in a movie, and I love every second of it. It's hard to pick a favorite death from the series, but if I had to, it'd probably be the death of the racist in the Final Destination for being hilariously comic. Kinda ironic that the best death of the series just happens to come from the worst movie, isn't it? Yes, unfortunately, the Final Destination series does suffer slightly from sequelitis, and nowhere is that more prominent than with The Final Destination. This film was made with 3D in mind, so there's a lot of pointless shots of things flying towards the camera, which looks really awkward if you're watching the film in 2D. However, the series quickly picks back up again in quality with Final Destination 5, scaling back the ridiculousness of the deaths, and capping the film off with an incredible plot twist that I dare not spoil here, even if the movie is 10 years old at this point. I can't recommend the Final Destination series highly enough if you're looking to switch your brain off for an hour and a half or so. It's a bloody good time.